Former first daughter Malia Obama has been a household name alongside her younger sister Sasha since entering America's most iconic abode in 2009. Throughout the years, she settled into a life filled with fame, family, and filmmaking. Before she moved into 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Malia Obama spent her childhood in the Windy City, where her prestigious parents, Michelle and Barack Obama, met and married. Born in 1998, Malia grew up in Chicago's Hyde Park neighborhood, where she excelled in sports like soccer and swimming, and in the arts as a flute player. Her younger sister Sasha was born in 2001, and their parents continued to serve Chicago, Barack as an Illinois state senator, and Michelle as the Associate Dean of Student Services for the University of Chicago. But as her father's political aspirations ramped up in the mid-2000s, the prospect of leaving home became more of a reality. Barack shared with People magazine in 2008, "They have a wonderful life in Chicago. They have lifelong friends in Chicago, and the prospects of having to make new friends, that's never something that kids are looking forward to. So I'm sure that there's a part of them that says we won't be heartbroken if things don't work out." When Barack Obama won his first term as president in 2008, Malia joined her family to live in the White House beginning in January 2009. She would reside there until 2016, through both of her father's terms as president. But despite being one of the most famous kids in the country, Malia was subject to the same standard expectations of her peers, at least at home. She was given an allowance as long as she got her chores done, had set bedtimes, and walked the family dogs daily. Michelle Obama once told ABC News, "That was the first thing I said to some of the staff when I did my visit. Don't make their beds. Make mine. Skip the kids. They have to learn these things." There was also room for fun, of course, which included attending fundraisers and events with their parents. The sisters even had a sleepover with friends on their final night in the White House. Throughout her life, Malia has been a steadfast student. She grew up attending prestigious schools in both Chicago and Washington, D.C., before eventually attending Harvard University. While studying at Harvard, she was even awarded the Thomas Temple Hoops Prize, which honors excellent undergraduate work and excellence in the art of teaching. Her fast ascent to her Ivy League education was decidedly more emotional for Malia's famous folks, with Barack Obama once joking, "I dropped off Malia at college. It was a little bit like open heart surgery, and I was proud that I did not cry in front of her." Education has always been something that the Obamas valued highly. Michelle Obama has even campaigned globally for women's education, telling Teen Vogue, "I want every girl to have the same opportunities that I did growing up. So much of my life has been determined by my ability to get an education." It's hard to overstate that. Before she headed off to Harvard University in the fall of 2017, Malia Obama decided to take a gap year in between graduating high school and starting her higher education studies. During that year, she traveled internationally both with family and friends and by herself. On her solo trip, she trekked to Bolivia and Peru and even stayed with the host family as she learned about the area's social, political, and geographical history. Malia also spent time interning for the Weinstein Company as she expressed her interest in the film industry. She had previously interned for several notable productions before, including the HBO series Girls and the CBS drama Extant. The former first daughter's decision to spend a year learning in other ways was a hot topic in the news, and it inspired many conversations about the merit behind the sometimes controversial decision. Holly Bull, president of the Center for Interim Programs, told Newsweek, "A student I counseled was right on the fence about it, and when she heard Malia was going to take a gap year, she said, 'Okay, I'm going to take one too.'" Both in and outside of the White House, Malia and Sasha Obama have remained a tight-knit pair. After they moved out of Washington, D.C., the sisters studied at separate schools, Malia at Harvard and Sasha at the University of Southern California, before settling together in Los Angeles, California.
They are sharing an apartment, and it's just fun when you see your kids adulting in the world.
The two even reportedly live together in the City of Angels, while Malia pursues a career in film and Sasha begins her own career. Michelle Obama once told Melinda French Gates' podcast, Moments That Make Us, those girls had to be smart and confident and independent straight away.
But I was raising them thinking, you're not gonna live here and with me forever.
The girls have also attended swanky Hollywood parties and spent time with other entertainment figures as they've begun to shape their own lives. They are good, decent, normal young women who are trying to be impactful in the world, and they are the best of friends. Couldn't ask for anything else. Malia Obama has made a new name for herself apart from her famous family. She's grown into her own as a filmmaker under the name Malia Ann, and she even premiered her first short film, The Heart, at the Sundance Film Festival in 2024. In a video introduction for the Sundance Institute, she explained, "The film is about lost objects and lonely people, and forgiveness and regret, but I also think it works hard to uncover where tenderness and closeness can exist in these things."
We hope that you enjoy the film and that it makes you feel a bit less lonely, or at least reminds you not to forget about the people who are.
Before she was making headlines as a writer-director, Malia was working behind the scenes in the industry for a number of Hollywood heavyweights. After interning on several series, she made her way into the writer's room on Donald Glover's series Swarm, where she impressed the creatives with her craft. In 2023, co-creator of the show, Janine Neighbors, told Vanity Fair, "She's an incredible writer and artist. We really wanted to give her the opportunity to get her feet wet in TV and see if this is something she wants to continue doing." Malia is a steadfast advocate for what she believes is right and has spent time publicly supporting several major causes. In 2017, she attended a Dakota Access Pipeline protest while participating in the Sundance Film Festival. While this was one of her first major appearances outside of her famous family, other celebrities were inspired by her choice to make her voice heard on her own.
"No, like, you should probably go say hi." And I was like, "No, I'll talk to her later." They're like, "It's Malia Obama."
Actor Shailene Woodley, who also attended the protest, told Democracy Now! She recognizes, regardless of her last name, that if she doesn't participate in democracy, there will be no world for her future children. Malia has also spoken up for the Black Lives Matter movement by acting as both organizer and participant alongside her younger sister. In 2020, former President Obama told People, "Malia and Sasha found their own ways to get involved with the demonstrations and activism that you saw with young people this summer, on their own initiative. I could not have been prouder of them." Even though she is living life on her own, Malia has made sure to stay close with her immediate family. She and sister Sasha were even involved in their mother's 2020 documentary, Becoming, and sat down for a rare on-camera interview after a sold-out book tour appearance.
What this has demonstrated in a way is just like, damn, those 8 years weren't for nothing.
She added, "You see that huge crowd out there and that last kind of speech you gave? People are here because people really believe in love and hope in other people. During downtime when there's nothing to promote, the eldest Obama daughter still likes to spend time with her family, who she even quarantined with at the beginning of the 2020 pandemic." Former President Barack Obama told the Bill Simmons podcast, "It's a blessing because all the teenage stuff is kind of gone now. They're just back and they love you again and they want to spend time with you again." Malia Obama has been determined to be a fashion icon by both her peers and industry trend monitors. Calling her the reigning queen of Gen Z style, Vogue's Hannah Jackson wrote in 2024, eschewing the idea that children of powerful figures are just mini politicians themselves, she's leaned into a slouchy, bohemian sensibility, a far cry from the pantsuits of Capitol Hill. She's been known in her adulthood for her laid-back style, and GQ even gave her another fashion title, New Menswear Icon. But she has also shown off her glamorous side, from state events during her father's presidency to red carpet appearances to promote her film, The Heart. But even as she has been praised for her cool looks and snazzy style, Malia herself doesn't find herself to be as much of a fashion maven as the public thinks. In 2024, she attended the Deauville American Film Festival in a Vivienne Westwood gown. At the event, she spoke with Paris Match.
Vivienne Westwood, Queen. It's cool. I don't know as much about fashion, but I'm happy to be wearing it.